that was a long time ago.
And I remember like going to this game night.
The best night of your life.
Oh man, like it was a whole new type of game night. We was playing this game called Spoons. That was the roughest game of my life.
Spoons is. Hi guys, welcome to the Culture New Norm YouTube page. We are here to discuss Squad Goals, the importance of community. And so I'm here with some of my closest friends. We've been friends for a number of years. And yeah, we're going to actually like peel back the layers of community, the importance of community, and what do we mean when we say squad goals. So I'll kick it off. I'll just share, we'll go around, we'll share our name, where we're from, and we'll jump right into the question. So my name is Tawana. I'm originally from Detroit, and I now reside in the DMV area.
Hey, my name is Veronica. I'm originally from Cincinnati, Ohio, but I claim DC now. I have to accept it.
Has it been 10 years?
Yeah,
It's been 11 years.
Oh yeah, so you're here now.
I'm officially from DC.
Yeah.
She's from DC. Okay. Well, my name is Reggie. I guess since we're going way back, I was born in Houston and raised in Northern Virginia. But now I rep LA, so y'all can figure it out.
You switched over a lot faster than I did.
Yeah. My name is Mike. I'm originally from North Carolina, Fayetteville, North Carolina, and I've been in Northern Virginia for the past 5 years, so I can't really say I'm from Virginia yet. I'm at the halfway mark. So, hey, 10 years it is. Hey, I'm pushing for that 5 more. Come on, Lord.
Okay, so I actually have a question for all of us.
Yeah.
Why is community important? Like, why do we need a squad? Like, why do we actually need like people to do life with? Why is that important?
Well, first of all, we as like humans that were created by the Lord, we're created to live in community, not to be isolated. Also, I don't know if people know like this whole like, you know, the 4 quadrants of yourself. Like one is like the area of you know who you are and other people know who you are. And there's one where like other people know and you don't know. Like you need other people to kind of like make you aware of.
Come on, quadrants.
I didn't know this.
I'm taking
right
notes.
Like,
Wait, what?
can I get my
No,
phone?
no,
Like,
Could you send me the article, please?
I can definitely send. But yeah, it's important to have friends because they're, you know, iron sharpening iron. They're the people who can show you and tell you like, hey, you know, you're a little selfish. Or, you know, what you just said was rude. And you might not think, you might be like, I'm just speaking truth to power. But it's like, no, actually you're being very rude and you need to stop talking.
Wow,
Like,
that's
you know,
good.
You need people
Oh,
who can
she's going
just
in right now.
speak to your life like that. So
Yeah.
Okay.
that's why I like having community. That's why I like
Coming in
having
hot. There we
you
go.
know.
Okay.
Coming in hot.
Okay.
Hey.
I feel that. What you got, Mike?
Man, for me, I think community is very important. Similar reasons, right? But I also think community is very important because for me, when I didn't have people around me, I was able to act a little more recklessly and not without a care in the world, right?
Yeah.
But now when I have other guys looking at me like,
Bruh.
and it's like
What
come here
are
right
you-
quick.
what you doing, bro?
Let's step outside and talk right quick. And it's like,
Yeah.
I don't want that. Like I don't want that.
Accountability.
It's the accountability. Yeah, accountability is really important. And then also, it's just so important just when you have community around, when you actually talk to someone, you give off different emotions and it's soothing, it's healthy for you. Because if you don't talk to anybody,
That's good.
then you're going to drive your own self crazy. You're going to be
Right.
in your own thoughts and feelings where
Facts.
someone can be able to affirm you. Hey, let you know, hey, no, you're doing
That's
great
good.
and everything. So
Like emotional support.
emotional support. Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, honestly, like I think I was used to being a loner. Like I was around a lot of people, but I wasn't really like, I didn't really invite people into my life. I would just like enter into other people's worlds and like be there for them. And so I remember, so I have a friend, this is, I think, my first experience of recognizing, I guess, the importance of community. I remember, like, I start praying. I start asking the Lord, like, send me a sister, send me people that I can actually do, you know, like, I didn't want, like, a lot of people, but I'm like, send me someone that I can actually,
Not
like,
a lot of
rock
people.
with. I'm like, I just need, like,
Just
one.
one, Lord. Just one.
One, maybe two.
I don't need a lot. I don't need a lot of
I was
people.
like, let's just
End
start.
up with like 20, 25.
Right. I'm like, let's just start there though, okay? And I remember I had this friend have this friend, and like this friend at that time, like I remember she would like come to my house, like cause she would like she lived in the area, she would like jog, and she would just like knock on my door, like come into my house and be like, oh, I'm here.
No
and,
invite.
No invite. And that was and then like I would be like sleep. It would be like the morning time. I'd be in bed like confused, like what's going on. And she would just like come and get into bed with me and just like be chilling while I'm like sleeping. And I'd be like,
extra.
What is going on here? But like it was kind of like it was so good for me because it began to like break me into community. It was like the Lord put someone there that actually began to break down my walls, and I began to really understand. I learned so much. I began to learn vulnerability and like and not being so like dependent on myself to like sustain me, or just me and the Lord, but to really begin to understand that like we really need each other. So I think that was a moment that really helped me to understand like community is necessary for like us to help us to like develop and to become all that God has called us to be.
Yeah, and I think we all have that one invasive friend too, that just like comes in and like come open my fridge, and I'm like,
that's me.
Oh, you ain't got nothing in your fridge.
That's me.
That's me.
But nobody shows up at my house uninvited. Like if I don't know you're coming, I'm not answering.
Oh, really?
Watch.
Yeah.
Watch.
But I want people like that in my life.
No, so I think that's the beautiful thing is like God's gonna give you what you need.
Yeah.
Because if somebody got in my bed, it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem. But no, like it's great that you put that request out to God, and He's gonna give you what you need. So you asked for one, and He gave you a whole tribe of people.
Yeah.
But He knew that you needed to be broken down in those specific areas.
Right.
Yeah.
So I love that. I really love that.
That's good. Anybody else got anything to share in terms of like why community is important, or even like what was there a defining moment for you where like maybe you were going through something, or you had like a moment that you were facing and you recognized like, wow, like it really isn't good for man to be alone. Like, do you have like a moment that you can like remember where you appreciated having community?
Yeah, for me, when I was younger, I loved how my advisors, like at school, or my teachers that were men at my school, how they just had like a real like laid back mentality. But as soon as they said something, it was like so authoritative, and they could have said it so. Hey, Mike, can you come in right quick? Yeah. Let me. Like, did I do something wrong? Like, man. Yeah. And I started realizing that the friend groups I had around me, it wasn't really that accountability where it's like, hey, I would hear something, and it's like, I did do something wrong today.
Wow.
And I was like, man, that's where I really started recognizing, like, man, I was being a little bit more careless with how I was living. Where it was like, man, the Lord really had to show me, like, hey, you need to act like this. So I'm like, well, how do I act like this, Lord? How do I live according to your word? Well, I asked and prayed on it, and then when He started bringing me brothers and then sisters who would just say, bro, no, come here, let's talk. I was like, oh, that was my defining moment where it was like, okay, that's how I need to figure out how I want to grow in community.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, I think for me, it was gradual. It's like, I feel like, even though I probably say it's super deep, but really, I just wanted friends. And I think like we were having, a good time, and then I would do something out of line, or I would get checked, or people would try to speak into me. I was like, no, like I'm just trying to be friends with y'all. Like, like it's not that serious. But then,
go to brunch.
Like we just came here to brunch. I did not come here for a word. I did not come here to get, to have, just chains fall off. But then, it was real, and it really, was started to, speak to my life, and things started to change. I was like, okay, well, maybe there's something more to that. So it's really started off, very casual, but then, as I said, like God will give you what you need, even if you don't, know that you need it.
That's so good.
So that's kind of been my experience.
Yeah.
That's so good.
For me, it's been really cool, like walking with like people in the group, like having people kind of put prayer request things out, and then like coming together, all of us, and like praying and interceding on their behalf, and then seeing it like come to pass, like, you know, a season or a year later. Like that's been really cool to see. Like I know somebody was praying about getting a new job. I think I was praying about getting a new job, and like having everybody come together and be like, you know, Lord, like, you know, provide her with what she needs, provide her with the salary and the income and the job that's like fruitful, the great like work environment, like having specific like requests and like having everybody like come together and join, and then like having the Lord just kind of, you know, do his thing. It's been really cool seeing that and like being able to rejoice with one another in good times, and also like mourn in sad times with like families, the members dying, things like that. Like having a group of people to go through that with has been really cool, because you can mark the milestones of like everybody's life, and that's that is very special. I love that.
And I you know, we're a part of like, we are a family that's a part of like a bigger family group of friends, and so this is Squad Goals. We kind of call ourselves like, you know, we our friend group, we say like squad and things like that, but it's really honestly just like a group of people that do life together. And so I mean, one of the things that I really appreciate about some of my friends and my family here is that like I don't have to be perfect. Like I think that is something very special when people can love you through your flaws, and like those things that you feel like you have to hide from the world because of fear of rejection or not being good enough. It's so special when like you have like a low moment.
But here's the thing. we can't be perfect, because it's family. Like with the amount of time I think that we spent with one another, it's like, sure, you might go into it trying to put on whatever your little facade is that you normally do, but like once you get comfortable, you know, whatever your friend group is, whether it's your work or, you know, other things, it's like the real you is gonna come out. And it's like, oh man, I done slipped up. And now I'm exposed, like, to people who I really love.
Exactly.
And it's like, let's say I have hurt someone or offended someone, it's like, man, I can't just run away because I didn't put in all this time.
Exactly.
I love y'all. I gotta apologize. I'm sorry. Or like we're in Cancun. I can't go nowhere. I can't catch a flight. Like, we're in a whole nother country. All right, just give me 2 hours. Give me 2 hours and then let me calm down. It's like, bro, you can't go nowhere. It's like, okay.
Oh, so we all of us
We were
was
all
on
in
that
Cancun.
trip. Okay.
Yeah.
So my 29th birthday, it was about 15 of us.
Not even a big milestone. 29.
Yeah, I was like, what? That was 29.
Not even big.
That was
I just showed up.
We all went, we took a trip, guys. We took a trip to Cancun together. All 15 personalities, all 15 of us, guys, girls. And it was actually it was probably my favorite, most memorable trip.
Yeah, it was great.
It was incredible. But it's just,
Even in spite.
We did a whole music video.
Oh yeah.
Oh man,
whatever.
that was great in the pool.
We had a
Like
blast.
had everything.
We had a
But that
blast.
was-
Resort who knew who we were. And
That was like 5 years into our friendship, because
Yeah.
I mean, one of the traditions of our friendship is like going on birthday trips.
Yeah.
We have one friend who like really started it out, and then there's like maybe 2 that sort of continue it. And yeah, we've been traveling together for a while. So at that point, there was already certain anxieties going into it.
Yeah.
And there were certain conversations like, hey, bro, now when we get there, don't do what you did last year at Old Boys thing. But I think like it was perfect timing. I think when we went to yours.
It was.
That was great.
Yeah, it was. And it's just like, these are the benefits of community. These are the benefits of having a squad, of having a tribe, of whatever it is that you want to call it. These are the benefits of having people that you can do life with. And again, I think that for myself, like, you know, one of the things that marked me is just like having people that like, you know that they're there. Like, you know that they're like, if you're acting a fool, if you're like at your best, like these are the people that are like sitting at the table. They're the ones that are like, you know,
wait, so
why'd you do that?
So can you tell us about the time you moved?
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Remember when you moved a few
My
years
first,
ago?
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So so this is the time when I said that I wasn't comfortable with like letting people into my world, right? And so this was my first move. Mind you, I'm in DC. All of my family is in Detroit, Michigan. And so I had to move. I was supposed to move, and I did not ask anybody for help. Like, I was just gonna like figure it out by myself. And I think we were all together, and it was quite a few more of us.
We were all hanging out at some point.
All
I wasn't
hanging out.
there, but I heard the story.
Yes.
And then basically, because we're friends, she was like, "Oh man, y'all, I gotta move." And then the squad is like, "What?" Okay, so pick up from there.
That's what friends do. They just take over the story. I appreciate that.
Oh yeah, I was just trying to help you out.
But yeah, so basically, I think I had just mentioned, and I mentioned it in passing because I did not want people to like try to like help me figure it out. And I mentioned that I was moving. Literally, they forced themselves. They were like, "Oh, you're moving by yourself?" Absolutely not. It had to be at least like 8 people that forced themselves that day. They were like, "No, we are going to move today. We're going to help you move. We're going to go get the U-Haul. We're going to come to your house. We're going to pack it up." Literally, everyone came to my house. They started packing stuff. I'm having an anxiety attack on the inside.
So you packed up her
I was not
Oh,
packed.
you gonna pack.
No, because they packed my house up for me, and I'm having a panic attack on the inside. I'm
they
like,
some great friends.
I'm a and mind you, it's hot. I lived in like a basement apartment. We're hot. People sitting there chill, but
that's family. That's family.
They refused to leave. They refused to leave until I was completely
That's so good.
packed. They went and my brothers went and got the U-Haul, came back to the U-Haul, wrapped my bed up, packed the bed up. I mean, it was one of the most.
Yeah.
It was one of the most beautiful displays. And these were the things, like, the Lord knew what I needed to place me around people that would break those walls down, that would say, "She's not going to ask, but we're going to make it happen for her." And so, yeah, that's just one of the things that I love most about community. But I want to ask you guys, like, what is the thing? And I know that there are so many things, but if you can like pinpoint a thing catered to your specific need, what is that thing that you just love about like your friends, your community?